Hi, Ben here and welcome back to the workshop for another Work in Progress Wednesday. So today I've been stuck in my Kydex corner, as I call it, and playing around and experimenting with an idea that I've had in my head for probably the last sort of 18 months really, but finally got around to figuring out how to actually do it. And that was how to add a compact Firesteel to the Nomad sheaths, mostly to the Kydex neck sheaths because it's the way I prefer to carry my Nomad. It makes a very simple setup, very comfortable to wear regardless of the weather really. And because the Nomad is such a great EDC, it makes sense that you've got a means of fire ignition with you at all times as well. So yeah, I've been playing around in the Kydex corner and I think I've come up with something that not only looks smart, it's going to work really well, but also it's a sort of retrofit product. So if you've already got a Nomad, you haven't got to buy a whole new sheath. You can just attach that little Firesteel setup. So yeah, I thought I'd show you how we've sort of developed that today. So here's a close-up of the setup. So it's a pretty simple, low-profile way of holding that Firesteel onto your existing Nomad sheath. And the Firesteel that we've gone for is we've gone for a Light My Fire version, but we've gone for the Scout Firesteel. So it's a little bit thinner, a little bit smaller, and obviously a little bit lighter, but will still give you thousands of fires before you wear it away to nothing. And we've sort of come up with this idea of using a bit of Kydex for the actual handle. More than anything, the biggest problem is trying to drill Firesteels to actually put a lanyard through is a real pain. So being able to use a bit of Kydex with an eyelet, it means that you can attach a piece of shock cord or a piece of paracord in this instance as a means of lengthening the handle, but also securing it into the sheath as well. So you know that when this wears and gets a bit thinner, you're not going to lose your Firesteel. So the actual holder itself uses one Chicago screw, which is through the existing eyelet that's on your Nomad sheath, and then uses the actual cord that holds it around your neck to go through that extra hole. I mean, that's just almost backup really. You know that it's never going to fall off because it's got that one Chicago screw in there. But I kind of like the fact that this gave it a little bit of flexibility. You could sort of push it in and pull it out. So obviously pull it out when you need to withdraw the Firesteel. Seemed to work really well. Now these thinner Scout Firesteels are again a little bit lighter, but it just adds very little bulk to the outside of the sheath. And that little bit of paracord, you can either actually pass it round your neck cord of your Nomad if you wanted to be ultra secure, but I kind of like just pushing it over there, and I know that if it comes out a little ways, it's going to pull that rope tight and keep it in position really. So yeah, pretty happy with that, pretty happy with how simple it is, and it's going to add that real useful backup of fire ignition, whether it be lighting an actual fire with wood or whether it's lighting your gas stove. Having that little spark stick with you is just so handy, especially when you've got that square back edge of your Nomad just perfect, ready to go. The other thing that I like about using the Nomad for a fire striker for your Firesteel is you can actually keep it in the Kydex sheath, so the blade is totally locked closed, so you know that you're not going to cut yourself, and then you can use the back edge of that blade there safely with your Firesteel. So yeah, a new simple little Firesteel setup, which is going to add a great addition to your Nomad. So you've got everything you need with you when you're out on the trail in a real compact little setup. So that's what we've been working on this week. We've been trying to develop that lightweight Firesteel setup, and I'm really happy with how it's come out. So yeah, we should have these available to order on the store very soon. So obviously you can order them in black like this particular model, but we'll have them in OD green, hunter orange, and I'll even try and get some made in the multicam as well. But yeah, what you should get in that kit is obviously you'll get the holder, you'll get the Firesteel, and we'll supply it with one Chicago screw as well. So you should be able to retrofit it to your existing Nomad sheath. So yeah, really happy with how that's come out really. So hope you enjoy seeing what we're working on each week in these videos. And if you've got any ideas of what you'd like to see us make in the future, whether you've got certain ideas of either the knife making or other green woodwork projects, please remember to either drop us an email or put it in the comments below. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week for another Work in Progress Wednesday.